You may have heard before that pharmaceutical executives and the companies they run are actively out there trying to make sure that natural remedies that are proven to be highly effective for many ailments and conditions are not available to you. Perhaps you've wondered why Big Pharma doesn't want natural products on the market. The obvious answer is that they don't want to lose any of their billions of dollars of profits, and indeed, the number is in the billions. According to an article published in Global Newswire, the annual market for anti-aging prescription drugs alone is estimated to reach $90.2 billion. That is, of course, just the anti-aging market. If you add pain relief, vision, digestion, brain health, and all the other chronic ailments and conditions that there are natural alternatives for as well, you are looking at literally trillions of dollars worth of profits at stake. So, why can't pharmaceutical companies simply join in and start selling natural health solutions as well? The truth is that they certainly could, but they won't, because there is a simple reason why Big Pharma can't gouge you with insanely high prices like they do with their prescription drugs. I will share this reason with you in just one moment, but first, let's take a real look at what kind of outrageous prices Big Pharma goes to charge average folks who need these medicines. According to Bloomberg, the median launch price of a new drug in the U.S. is $180,000 for a year's supply. Can you imagine if you were sick and your doctor won't consider suggesting you try a cheap natural alternative first, but will only prescribe the new $180,000 drug? To be fair, there are some doctors out there who have an open mind and follow the developments in natural treatments, but many don't. Instead, they just listen to the slick, high-paid drug reps that are constantly visiting their offices, who come by bearing gifts for staff and free samples for the doctors to hand out to patients. And it's not only new drugs that are getting priced at insanely high prices. Here are just a few samples of common older drugs that Big Pharma has been gouging the public with. Rodellis Therapeutics did it when it acquired an old tuberculosis drug called Saramycin and hiked the price for a month's supply to $10,800 from $500. Another drug, Daraprim, cost only about $1 a tablet to make. It treats a common but dangerous parasitic infection. It was recently acquired by Turing Pharmaceuticals, a startup run by a former hedge fund manager. Turing immediately raised the price to $750 a tablet from $13.50, bringing the annual cost of treatment for some patients to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The drug Sovaldi was the new superhero drug for people with hepatitis C when the FDA approved the medicine. It was the first drug that could cure most cases of the chronic liver disease in just a few months, and without the nasty side effects of previous treatments. But there was a catch. Sovaldi was priced at $1,000 per pill. To rid a patient of the hepatitis C virus would cost $84,000 per person. One of the ways Big Pharma prevents competition is by paying off the competition in so-called pay-for-delay agreements. A drug company simply pays off the generic company not to launch a version of the drug. The Federal Trade Commission estimates these pacts cost U.S. consumers and taxpayers $3.5 billion in higher drug costs each year. Another trick Big Pharma has up its sleeve is what's called citizen petitions. The drug companies can delay generics from being approved by simply asking the Food and Drug Administration to delay action on a pending generic drug application. There is a law that allows anyone who is concerned about a new drug being released on the market to file a petition to the FDA to halt the process. By law, the FDA must prioritize these petitions and put an instant hold on the approval process for the generic application. However, the citizens filing concerns are not individuals, they're corporations. The FDA recently said branded drug manufacturers submitted 92% of all of these petitions. Many of these petitions are filed near the date of patent expiration, effectively limiting potential competition for another 150 days. Authorized generics are another tactic to limit the competition. These aren't really generic products at all. They are the same product sold under a generic name by the company that sells the branded drug. Why? By law, the first generic company to market a drug gets an exclusivity period of 180 days. But the company with the expiring patent is not prevented from launching an authorized generic. All the company with the patent does is create a new company with its own brand that brings to the market the same formula under a different name as the branded drug. By selling a drug they're already making under a different name, pharmaceutical companies are then extending their monopoly for another 6 months because no other generic can be launched during that 180-day period. Between the petition and creating an authorized generic drug, a company can grab an additional year of exclusive high prices after their patent runs out. Another reason Big Pharma wants you to buy their synthetic drugs is because quite often they are addictive. Billions of dollars are earned every year from unfortunate people who become addicted to narcotic painkillers. However, natural products aren't addictive, so they aren't nearly as profitable. And this is another reason why Big Pharma wants to prevent you from having access to natural treatments. As you can see, there is a huge incentive for Big Pharma to do whatever it can to limit your access to natural and effective treatments. Certainly there are times when a prescription drug may be necessary, but there are literally hundreds of natural ingredients out there that can offer an effective alternative in many cases for a large number of chronic conditions. In addition to working on keeping monopolies for their drugs, Big Pharma seeks to control the laws regarding natural dietary supplements to make them harder for you to get. For instance, there was a law passed by Congress called the Adverse Event Reporting Legislation for Dietary Supplements. The bill was pushed through the Senate and the House by Senator Orrin Hatch. According to the trade publication Wellness Resources, AER legislation will enable doctors to viciously attack vitamin supplements based on Big Pharma propaganda, and with the help of the FDA, have effective dietary supplements removed from the market. The amount that Big Pharma spends on lobbying is staggering. The Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, a trade association representing companies in the pharmaceutical industry, was the top individual lobbying spender in the industry in 2022, spending $29.2 million for its lobbyists to cozy up to legislators. And that spending comes on top of the industry's many ad campaigns designed to influence lawmakers and the general public. The industry fights threatening legislation in creative ways, including funding prominent but unrelated associations to push pro-industry messages on the airwaves. What can you do? The best thing you can do is make sure you are staying educated on the latest breakthroughs in natural health treatments. Every year there are hundreds of new studies that are conducted that discover and prove how natural ingredients can offer significant help in improving how your body protects itself against these health threats. NatureCast Health Alerts is a free daily e-newsletter that reports on natural news breakthroughs and natural solutions. To start making sure you are aware of what your natural choices are, just fill in the sign-up form below to start getting your free subscription.